be recording our classes. All right. Okay. Again, for recording purposes, when you want to talk, you're going to use the raise your hand and lower your hand feature here. And another thing that I want you guys to be doing when you get into my class, you're going to say hi at the beginning in the chat, and when the class is over, just before the class is over, you're gonna say bye in the chat, so that I know you guys are with me. Okay, these are the two routines that we are gonna follow. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to now share my syllabus. Okay, do you guys see my screen? You
yes.
can say, yeah, you can talk. Yes, you can say yes or no when I ask you. You don't have to raise your hands to say that, because it's just short answer, so it's okay. It's not going to be disturbing anyone. Okay, it's not going to disturb the class as well. I would love to hear your comments, like yes or no, time to time. Okay, let's see. Okay, so since you're seeing it, let's go through that. This is our tentative syllabus, which means, tentative means if we have to change a couple of things during the semester, we can change. That's what it means. But roughly, this is going to be what we are going to be following. So syllabus is, you can consider syllabus as a contract between you and me, okay, between students and the professor. So students and professors or professor of that class are expected to follow this, okay, this syllabus. Professor has the right to make little bit changes during the semester, but the professor has to inform students about the changes. Okay, these are the rules for the professor, and you should be aware of that. And in your other classes or in my classes, I'm gonna follow that. In your other classes, you should be aware of that, and if there are any changes, then you should be informed about that from your professors, by your professors. Okay. All right. So my office is A133. Of course, our classes are going to be online. You're not gonna need to stop by my office because, as you know, because of this COVID-19, we are all having classes online. You don't have to come to the campus, but hopefully in the second semester, we are gonna be having our face-to-face classes. Keep fingers crossed about that, okay? And you can find my email here. For the office hours, I just wrote here anytime, which means if you want to talk to me, you can email me to arrange a meeting, okay? Or you can say after our class, you want to talk to me and we can stay a little bit longer on Teams. You can email me to say that, oh, can we have an extra Teams meeting with you so that I want to talk to you. We can hold extra one-on-one Teams meeting with you if you need to see me as an office hour, okay? But why do we have office hours? In office hours, what you could do, you could ask me extra questions of yours that you weren't able to ask, you wouldn't be able to ask during the lecture, because lecture is going to be kind of most of the time dense, and you may ask one or two questions. Maybe you might have more questions, and if you have more questions, you can use the office hours to ask me questions, okay? And I said anytime, which means you are going to just email me, teacher, this part I didn't understand. Can I meet with you on Teams at any time that is available for you? or can you tell me which day and time is you're going to be available? We can meet and talk about that. Okay. So office hours, that's what office hours means. Okay, class schedule, I didn't write the class schedule here because you already have it in your own UBS, and also as you should be aware that this syllabus that I prepared it for 3 sections in one. Okay, therefore I didn't want to write each section's day and time. I can edit, actually, it could be good for everybody. I can add that and update the syllabus and share it again. I didn't have time actually to do that, but I can do that today, and I update and send it to you again. All right, so we are going to use our online classes, Teams. We are going to meet on Teams, and I'm going to record the team meetings, and then I'm going to share these videos as well. But I want you to be in class because we have the attendance rule, 70% of the time. The minimum you have to be in class, which means online virtual class we talk about, yeah. And here I'm saying every Friday class videos together with class material will be posted on LMS. So I am going to put them on LMS. Actually, I'm gonna just download the recording that I have from Teams. I'm gonna put it on YouTube and put the link of the YouTube on LMS so that you can just find everything on LMS. All right. Okay. There is a recitation for this class. What's the recitation? Recitation means, actually, I am going to have an assistant. Her name is Hatice. Hatice is going to do some problem solving sessions. I have 2 recitations. What does it mean? I have 3 sections of Math 101, but we have 2 recitations. Right now in all of my 3 sections, I have 198 students, and we divide this 198 students into 2, and one group is going to have a recitation on Thursday, the other group is going to have a recitation on Friday. Just 1 hour in length, okay? And probably when you are registering, your recitation class is also assigned automatically, right? So everybody, I'm sure that are registered in one of the 2 recitations. All right. You can stop me and ask me if you have any questions. You can raise your hands, and we can just go slowly, and I can answer your questions in the meantime. All right, so let me see whether any questions. Yeah, Ahmed Kandili, can you please speak? What's your question?
Hi, teacher. Could you repeat the thing about attendance?
I'm gonna come back to that in a little bit. I am Ahmed. You lowered your hand, right? Okay, good. I'm going to talk about that. This is very important. Actually, we are going to take the attendance. We can take the attendance actually through this Teams. So the Teams has a feature. It shows that it's going to allow me to download the attendance list. So if you appear on Teams meeting, that would tell me that the student attended my lecture online. And I'm going to just follow that downloaded copy, and I'm going to make a record. I'm going to record that. For example, Ahmet Kenderli was in class today on 5th of October. It's going to say that. And at the end of the semester, I'm going to just record all of these. At the end of the semester, I'm going to see whether Ahmet Kenderli attended the classes at least 70% of the time. If this is just an example, okay, I'm just using Ahmet as an example. If Ahmet didn't attend class at least 70% of the time, then he's not going to have the right to take the final exam. So attendance is important. Okay, this is not my rule. This is YÖK's rule, Higher Education Systems Institute's rule. Okay, so that's the rule. Yes, Emir, can you? Yeah, please speak.
Hello, teacher.
Hi.
Actually, I have multiple lessons at the same time, so I can't be at two places in the same time, and I don't know what should I do about it. I mailed my teachers very often. I think I sent them about 30 mails, but they didn't do anything about it.
Can you tell me? What is this? There's a conflict.
I didn't understand anything, teachers. Your voice so blurry.
Do you have two things open, like your cell phone and your computer open at the same time? Teams?
No. I didn't had any earphones. Now I have one. There should be no problem.
Okay, it was echoing. Now it's okay. I think you. Okay, I'm gonna repeat what I say. Which other class is conflicting with my class?
Chemistry with Seda teacher, I guess.
Okay, Seda teacher has another section and I have 3 sections. Can you try to take the correct section so that they don't interfere, I mean, they don't conflict with each other?
Semail teacher, I tried it in the LMS system, I think it's what's called, but it doesn't let me change my sections because I already sent them to my teacher, Ömer teacher. He's my, I don't know the English word, danışman teacher. Advisor teacher, yes, advisor teacher. But he doesn't respond me with anything. I don't know what should I do.
What, Ömer, which department are you
in? I'm in mechanical engineering.
Okay. Ömer Hoca. All right.
Ömer Etkatip.
Yeah, I know him. All right. So, okay, Emir, no worries. What you're gonna do in first couple of weeks, I know that you are in this situation, but it could be fixed before or during a drop, and drops. So just I know that you have this issue. First couple of weeks, I mean, we can accommodate you like this, but we can fix it. There's a solution. So Ömer Hoca is gonna eventually respond, and you're gonna register at in the same classes in the right sections of the classes, and they are not going to get conflict. Okay, you're not gonna get any conflicts.
Okay, so I should wait Ömer Hoca to respond. Yes.
That's right. That's the only thing you can do. Can you still? Did you submit and did he approve your registration? I mean, everything is. He doesn't respond at all.
No, he responds me like this: send me your conflicted lessons and our hours. But I sent those required information to him, and he doesn't respond that.
Okay. So you did your part, no problem.
Yes.
It is his problem now. Okay, just let him. Just wait for him, because you did everything you can do. Just wait for him, and tell your professor Seda Hoca and myself. You already talked to me, and you're gonna be okay.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Okay. All right. What is next? Any other questions? I have one more. Okay. Sudenur, it has the same issue. Eylül and Ayberk they have the same issues. Are you guys all in mechanical engineering? Of course, Atakan, you can leave. Of course, please. If you're not in this section, then just leave, okay? Because I have section 1 today. If you're not in this section, just leave. Okay. All right, let me continue. All right. Okay, Eylül. Okay. So, Ayberk, you are going to talk to your either chair or your advisor. Eylül, also you're going to talk to your advisor or your chair. Advisor is the best first, and then you should be fine. Okay, sorry about that. I had an interruption here. All right, I'm back with you. All right, so let's continue where we left off. Let me open up. Okay, so yeah, the prerequisite is high school pre-calculus would be enough. I was told that some of the students didn't have, for example, integration, etc. in high school because of the pandemic, because of this COVID-19, but that's okay, okay? If you didn't learn about these things because of the COVID-19, you didn't attend the classes because of that, that's okay. Don't feel bad about that. Consider that you are learning, consider that you don't know any math before, okay? Just you just know the basics and you are starting from the beginning. What you should do is don't worry about the things you missed in the past because of this or that, and just follow your professor, follow the lecture notes, okay? Read the lecture notes, read the book. I'm going to talk about the book as well. All right, and then just work, study as much as you can. And you have help here as well. You have the recitation we have, you have the office hours. If you have anything that's missing in the past because of the things, you can always ask us to explain more in the office hours or in the recitations, all right? This is important. So you have all the help you can get from us. So don't worry if your background is not good enough. University is everything starts from fresh. Okay, forget about high school, forget about middle school. This is a fresh beginning for you. Okay, so just follow what the professors are saying. Of course, in high school, maybe you were not as the classes were not as dense as the university right now. But if you focus on your things carefully, if you just if you plan ahead, okay, if you take notes, if you don't miss the lectures, okay, if you communicate with your professors right, then you will be very successful and you cannot believe it. Okay, so I have students like that, too many students like that. If they focus very well, they follow their teachers well, and they learn things very quickly, and they got very successful, although their math scores were not as good in high school or middle school. Okay, so university is something brand new. I mean, it's just fresh beginning. Okay, so don't worry about the past. All right, so what is our textbook? Our textbook, Thomas's Calculus, SI edition 14th E. For this, I communicated with the publisher of this book. Okay, they are going to provide you an e-text, and there's a MyLab. Here's, you see that there's MyLab, main text with MyLab. MyLab is online online system where you can do your homework, where you can do your tests. Okay, so this is a very good feature, and I am going to ask you to obtain that. I'm going to send you the information about that. You're not going to do anything, okay? I'm going to send you a link. I'm in contact with the publisher, and they are provide me the information on how you are going to purchase that text and MyLab all together. Okay, and then afterwards you're gonna just pay like it's 180 Turkish liras. Okay, and this is a cheaper version, cheaper. I mean, than if you compare it with the US. If you were in the US, you would just pay maybe 5 times more that. Okay, So they just reduced the price to 180 Turkish liras, including MyLab, including e-text, and including the hard copy. So they are going to send you a hard copy that you're going to keep it, okay? And this MyLab is going to be good, I think, for 2 semesters. So Calculus 1 and Calculus 2, all right? And then I'm going to send you all the information about that. And then I think it's a very good deal. And I'm going to ask you follow what the publisher says, how to buy it, etc. So don't do anything. Don't try to get books from anywhere else, okay? Because we have the MyLab feature, and you're going to use that. And what's our grading? Oh, let me check whether any questions I may get. Okay, do you have any questions so far? No. All right. And then we have the grading. So the grading system is the curve system. And I'm going to, like 5% of the grade is going to be attendance, because I encourage you to attend. And midterm is going to be 30%. And there's going to be quiz 1 15% and quiz 2 15%. And the final is 35%. Look, quiz 1 and quiz 2 adds up to 1 midterm. Do you see that? So quizzes are also important. Please get ready for the quizzes. Just don't ignore them because they are quizzes. They add up to 1 midterm. Like 15 plus 15 makes 30%. Okay. And how about the course content? We are going to go through chapter 6, 1 to chapter 6 of the text. Okay, so in this class, we are going to talk about the topics in calculus, and we are going to talk about the applications of these topics. Okay, and so these are okay. For example, quiz 1 is expected to be done by in the first week of November, and midterm is the last week of November, and quiz 2 is going to be the second week of December, and the final is going to be around the second week of January. Okay, the final exam will be cumulative. Okay, and there's going to be more emphasis on the material not covered by the midterm. What does it mean? So, for example, chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, okay, are going to be, there's going to be an emphasis on these 6, 7, 8, 9 chapters for the final. The previous chapters are not going to be as much, but still the final exam will be cumulative, which means it's going to be covering all chapters that we covered in the whole semester. Okay, how about homework? Let me check whether you have any questions. Okay, anybody raising? Okay, teacher, when will we receive the link of the book? Emir, I am working on that. I sent Ismail Bey. Ismail Bey is the representative in Turkey of the publisher. I'm expecting that he should send me the link in 1 or 2 days. But don't worry, like even if he doesn't send in the first week, I'm gonna provide the lecture notes for the first week and more actually. I'm gonna also provide you my previous videos, like previous year's videos. So you're gonna have a lot of things in hand. Actually, you can go through them in the meantime. And but Ismail Bey is a good representative. He just responds right away. Okay, he usually do that. He does that. Okay, so I'm not expecting any delays on that. All right, and. What was I saying? Barış, you can't get my voice? Can you get my voice, Barış?
Yes.
Okay, you said the voice is not clear. Maybe voice is gone. a little bit a while ago?
Your voice was not clear, but it is good now.
Okay, great. I'm glad to hear that. Just give me
Okay.
a couple of minutes, okay? I need to get a couple of minutes break. Just a sec. Okay, I'm back with you. Let's see. Okay. Can you send this PDF after lesson? Of course. Yeah. Actually, I sent it, or I think I sent it to. No, maybe I didn't. Okay, I'll send. Okay. I thought that I already sent it. Okay. I will send it to 3 of my sections to everybody. Okay. I will do some changes about the hours there. I'm gonna update it and then send it. Okay. Okay. So. Thank you, Osman Bura, for reminding me that. All right, let's continue, okay? If you don't have any other questions. All right, we have like 16 minutes left for the first hour. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the homework. So homework is very, very important, I'm telling you. So I am going to assign homework problems on my lab, okay? So I'm gonna assign it every week, okay? This homework is for your good. So I want you to, okay, I want you to write your solutions, okay? Here actually I have to, so this part I have to update as well because this is for the face-to-face class. But I'm going to ask you to do the homework on my lab. But at the same time, I want you to write it down, the work, because see, math means you have to show your work. If you cannot show your work, that would mean that you haven't completely understood what we are doing. So in order for me to follow you, okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of homework every week. I want you to write it down, and I want you to use your cell phones and scan it. And there are free scanning apps on your cell phones. Okay, you can get that free scanner apps, and you can use that. You can solve the math problems and then scan it and then upload it on LMS. I want you to do that, okay? This is for your good though, okay? I need to see whether you are doing the work that we usually do in face-to-face class. In face-to-face class, my students, when I was teaching in face-to-face class, they would write their solutions on top of solving them on my lab, okay? Because on my lab, it doesn't allow you to show your work as much. There's a part which says show your work, but I mean, I would prefer you to write it down with your hands, with your handwriting. I want to see your handwriting because your hand needs to improve. Okay, so I am going to ask you to do that. Okay, so you're going to write it down, the solutions. Okay, try to write it neatly and try to give the answers in order. For example, let's say I gave you 5 questions. Okay, question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. You don't have to write the questions, just write the solutions. However, write them in order. Don't write like first, here's my solution question 5, here's my solution question 3. You don't want to do that. Okay, if you do that, I'm not going to grade, because we are gonna I'm gonna ask you to do similar thing during the midterm quizzes, etc. If you don't write them in order, it's gonna be very difficult for me to grade. I have 200 students, so I cannot do that. If you're not writing it in a in an order, if you don't follow the rules, then I'm not going to grade that. You are going to lose the points there, okay? So I want you to, excuse me, I want you to write down your solutions on a clean piece of paper and write them in order. Question 1, solution of question 1, problem 1. And then if you don't have an answer, just leave it blank. You can just say, I couldn't solve it, but I need to see it in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? This is very important for me. Okay, I'm going to put that part here to more explanation here. This is not as clear. So I'm going to update the syllabus now. And quiz part. Quiz questions will be out of suggested homework questions. What does it mean? Quizzes are like in total 30%. So that would mean if you do your homework carefully, okay, if you work on your homework carefully and if you do your job, then you're going to understand this class and then you are going to do very well in the quizzes. Actually, midterm is also are going to be out of suggested homework questions. So everything depends on the homework. So if you do your homework well, you're going to be you are going to be successful in the quizzes, you're going to be successful in the midterm and final, and you're going to do really well. Okay? So okay, when you want to say something, if you want to say, just raise your hand. Okay, it is echoing again. Okay, I think I mute everybody because it was echoing. Let me see the chat part. Okay, Eylül Başak says, I couldn't find a course on LMS teacher. That's right, because I have not made it available for you yet, because I have to add some more things. So please give me a little bit time. All right, so I'm going to let you know. I'm going to send you an email saying that the course is available right now and you can register, okay? Just give me a couple of days for that. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right. I think, excuse me. All right. Now, you're welcome, Andrew. I'm going to go back to the syllabus. Exam policy. So we talked about the quiz. Quiz will be on my lab. Homework will be on my lab. And exam policy. No makeups for quizzes and midterm. An absence may be excused given sufficient evidence of extenuating circumstances. In such a case, extra weight will be given to the other exams. Barring emergencies, the matters leading to a possible excused absence should be discussed with the instructor well in advance. An unexcused absence will result in a grade of 0. Okay, so this part is clear, I believe. Let me go back to, yeah. If you have an excuse, and if you can say it ahead of time, let's say you might have an operation. Excuse me. You might have an operation around the midterm date, for example. Okay, or something similar. If you can tell me ahead of time, we can accommodate that. And then afterwards, you would need to provide a written statement, for example, from the hospital, etc. Because this is not my, this is not my requirement. This is the dean's requirement, engineering dean's requirement. Okay, this is the school's requirement. Okay, so that's what it says. If you don't have any written statement for an excuse, then I won't be able to accommodate you. So you won't be able to, you will get 0 from the tests, okay? But there could be, for example, on that day, you might have an accident, okay? If you just, again, inform me about that, on the day of the exam, you might have an accident. Hopefully, none of you will have that. You should just let me know, emailing me, and then I will see what I can do, okay? All right, so let's see. What is next? Course attendance, yeah, this is an explanation. Students are expected to attend every class and are responsible for everything said in class, including changes to the course syllabus and this information sheet. I take attendance every class and it's part of your grade. You need to attend at least 70% of the time, otherwise you fail the class. Okay, that's the YÖK's, higher education institutions requirement. It's not my rule, okay, the 70% of the time. And for the, if you are taking a class that has the labs, I think it's 80% of the time you have to attend, okay? You should be aware. If your instructors didn't mention that, I'm just telling you, okay? For the recitation, we have also 70% of the time you need to attend the recitations, all right? Recitations are also a must. Okay. Class rules. This class begins promptly. Please be seated by that time. Of course, seated means you're going to be seated in your homes, but that would mean that you should get ready ahead of time. Okay? And we don't want late arrivals because late arrivals disturbs everybody. Like, how would I know there's a late arrival? Maybe the student who came late to class, online virtual class, maybe she's going to, or he's going to ask a question that we already talked about, and I have to repeat it. I can repeat it, but try not to be late for the class. Okay, so this is out of respect. This is a good behavior, and this is something that you need to learn for the whole of your life. So this education that you're going to have at ABO, at our university, is going to prepare you for the whole years ahead of you. Okay, so if you get a habit of being in the class ahead of time, this is going to affect you positively in the future. It's going to help you to be at your work when you start the work ahead of time. And this is a good behavior. Your employers in the future are going to recognize that, and they are going to think that, oh, this employee is a good employee because he or she comes to work ahead of time. They value the work. They value us. So this is a good habit that you should practice while you are at the university here. Okay, so you are at the university because you are getting ready. We are helping you to get ready for the real life. Okay, so just follow the rules at the university. This is going to be good for you. Okay. Once the lecture begins, you should remain seated throughout the entire class. Of course, we are talking about the virtual class. Okay. But if you know you have to leave early for some reason, you're going to tell me that you have to leave the class ahead of time, even if it's a virtual class. Okay. I should know that you're leaving because this may affect the attendance. This may affect some other stuff. Okay. Okay, otherwise you're expected to remain on until class is over. Okay, of course you can take a couple small breaks at home, no problem. Okay, which is not going to be too long. The goal is that you are going to, we want to make sure that you follow the class, follow the lecture. What we talk about, we want you to follow. We want you to learn. Okay, that's the goal. Okay. It's not appropriate to read newspapers or have extended conversations with fellow students during class. So you can translate that to virtual class like that. So you're not expected to deal with other stuff while you're taking a class, taking a lecture, okay? Somebody is lecturing you. If you do that, you're going to miss the details. If you miss the details, it's going to be difficult for you to come back. Okay? So please make a good habit of that too. Don't deal with other stuff that's going to divert your focus to something else. Okay? Just focus on the classes that you're taking. Okay? And don't talk with your siblings next to you or with your parents next to you in the same room. Just focus on the class, okay? Use, for example, earphones. That's going to help you to focus better. Okay, turn off all electronic devices such as cell phones, pagers, beeping. They are not allowed during the class period. That's true. Sometimes your microphone may be on. We can hear people are talking, people are doing some other stuff. Their cell phones are ringing, and it's going to disturb the class. It's going to disturb me as a lecturer. Okay, don't do that. Okay, anyone who persists in disrupting the class will be asked to leave the classroom. Yeah, that's true for the virtual class too. If you observe that one or two students are disturbing the class, okay, then we are going to ask them to leave. We are not going to let them to listen to the lecture because they are disturbing others, all right? And cheating. Cheating is totally unacceptable. What does it mean, cheating? Cheating is equivalent to being a thief. Okay, you come to the university, okay, to become good engineers, not engineers who are also thief, right? If you do cheating, that means you are stealing somebody else's knowledge. It's not your knowledge. Okay, if you are helping another student with their homework, with their not homework. Homework is fine. You can talk about with your friends with the homework. That's fine. You're allowed to talk about the homework with your friends. You can just discuss the questions. You can get some opinions. That's fine. But the midterm, quizzes, final exam, you're not allowed to give hints to each other. You're not allowed to share knowledge about about the solutions of the questions in the test, right? So we are not going to graduate you as thieves at all. Okay, forget about cheating. Period. Okay, just try to do everything on your own during the tests. This is very, very important. Okay, This is going to improve your personality, okay? If you do bad, but if you're doing it on your own, that's okay. But if you're doing good and you're getting help, you're cheating, this is not good at all. This is going to ruin your personality, okay? Please, this is a very important part, and I'm going to a couple of my lectures as well. So I want nobody to cheat in this class, and I don't want you guys to cheat in any of your classes, okay? If you cannot do something, if you cannot solve questions, go to your professors. You can talk to your friends on the homework, similar questions that may come up in the test. You can get some ideas from them, that's fine, but during the homework, because homework is not graded, I mean, it's not going to be part of your grade, but it's going to be extra grade actually. It's going to be a bonus grade, which I didn't mention actually. I will follow students doing their homework regularly, so I'm going to give them some extra credit, okay? So I am insisting that take the cheating very seriously. Do not cheat. Do not give your solutions to another student. Never ever. And do not get solutions of questions from another. Never ever during the tests, okay, and of the tests. This is very, very important. Professors can easily understand by looking at the students' papers whether they cheat or not, okay? We understand. We can, because it shows up. You wouldn't know that. But we are going to look at two papers, and the way they are written, we are going to understand that they cheated, okay? Excuse me. I wanted to spend a lot of time on this because cheating, that's unacceptable for me at all, and unacceptable for the school. Be aware of that, okay? You are newcomers, so you should start this is a new, a fresh start for you, and just follow that, okay? And also during the exams, no calculators, cell phones, iPads, or electronic devices. You're not allowed to use that, okay? Yeah, that's it. Let me get your questions if you may have any questions. Do you have any questions? Okay, no questions. All right, now I'm gonna, let's take a 10 minutes break if you like. Let's do a couple of, no questions, yeah, great. Thanks, Barish. Let's take 10 minutes and like I will do like 15 minutes or 20 minutes class maybe. We may go a little bit further if everything goes nice, and if I'm not interrupted by emails, because since I'm the chair, I'm getting a lot of emails to attack right away, okay, to respond right away. So if I don't do that, then we can continue a little bit more. Actually, I want to go more. I want to do more. Okay, yeah. Okay, Emir, you go there. Yeah. Sudinur, okay. Okay. All right. So Sudinur, you are, and Sean and Emir, etc. You are going to see the recording. Okay, I'm recording the class, so you're going to see the recording. Just go to your chemistry class, Baha YouTube. Okay, and then we are gonna. So you try to have it fixed. Okay, talk to your advisors. That's very important. Talk to your chair as well. Like if your advisor doesn't respond, send an email to the chair saying that you sent those emails and you didn't get any responses, okay? Your chair is going to do handle it very quickly, okay? Please do that. Okay, let's take a 10 minutes break, and then we are going to come back to start our first lecture. So, we'll see how far we can go, okay? Thank you. See you in 12:10. Bye-bye.